Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome back to the Drunken Library.
I was really excited about my beer and I missed the intro. Alright, so today we are going to be doing a tag video.
Yay!
Because we've been tagged in some tags.
In a couple.
The Monster Mash book tag, which was created by the lovely ladies over at the restricted section. We love them. You all know we love them. So we're going to do this super sweet, kind of Halloween-themed tag a week late.
Details. Details.
Alright.
First question. I was working in the lab late one night. What's a book that kept you up at night? Yeah. I can't read my handwriting. Don't worry about it.
It's difficult sometimes. My answer for this is Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. I really, really liked this book, and it got really intense, and I just, had to see what happened next, so I stayed up to read. And I don't usually do that, but I have a few that have that effect on me.
Yeah. I used to do that all the time until I got better at managing my adult responsibilities and actually going to sleep when I should sleep.
Responsibilities. Didn't you stay up late to read this week already?
Yeah. That was Outlander. But I've used that to answer a lot of things recently, so I'm going to say Harry Potter. This series has probably been the most responsible for my lack of sleep in my life ever.
That's fucking fair. Alright, next question, number 2. My eyes beheld an eerie sight. What is the weirdest or creepiest shit you've ever read in a book? So I think we have a shared answer for this one, and it was Snakes and Earrings by Hitomi Kanehara.
Yeah.
This motherfucking book, dude, this is your fault. This is your fault, and I hate you.
You love me.
That's not the point here.
Okay. 3.
Yeah.
Eat it.
Oh my. It's a real burpy day today, guys. Like a real burpy day today. So question 3.
Get a jolt from my electrodes. Name a book that completely shocked or surprised you.
Alright, so my answer for this was Peter Pan by J.M. Barrie. Not because there was anything especially shocking or anything in the book, so much as the entire tone of it was not what I expected it to be. I expected it to be like a book for kids. It's like a fun adventure story, and it's kind of a book that spends a lot of time talking about what terrible people children are.
Sounds like your kind of book. I said Cloud Atlas. Okay, so the reason I picked this book up is twofold. One, I love the cover. It's pretty, and it looks cool, and I like it, and that's about all it takes for me sometimes. And then the other part is that my coworker, because I worked in a bookstore at the time, was like, oh yeah, it's my favorite book. And I was like, okay, well, I'm planning on reading it. And he's like, oh, but it's kind of difficult, so you might, you should just be prepared for it to, and I'm like, oh, fuck you! So, I read it, and I understood it, and...
But it shocked and surprised you
because... Right. I had literally no idea what it was about, and it's not just that I read a book and I didn't know the story. It's like, there's a lot of shit going on, and I had no idea what to expect, and then you start getting into the swing of the story, and then the story changes into a legitimately completely different story. And it does that 5 times.
Question 4. The guests included Wolfman, Dracula, and his son. Name your favorite monster or villain from a book.
Oh, that was weak.
That was a little weak. You can do better than that.
I know.
True.
I went with Mort Rainey from Secret Window, Secret Garden. This is Sam's 4 past
Night.
Anyway, Mort Rainey, because he's crazy and he's just killing everybody that he tells about himself, and he doesn't know it, and then there's a movie, and Johnny Depp's in the movie, so.
My favorite villain is the character Sheila from Snuff by Chuck Palahniuk. This book is weird.
Shit, yeah.
Background character who's suddenly just like, boom! In your face!
I like when people
You like when things
boom.
are boom in your face. Hey.
Yeah. But then
Nope.
I thought about yeah.
Yup.
Yep. Alright. Whatever happened to my Transylvania twist? Name a book that was super hyped when it came out, but no one talks about it anymore.
I'm gonna go with The Da Vinci Code by Dan Brown. When I was in high school, this book was literally everywhere. Everywhere. And you don't hear much about it anymore. I blame Tom Hanks.
I don't actually know how hyped this was. I feel like it was at one point, possibly when the movie came out. That's Memoirs of a Geisha by Arthur Golden. Yeah, it's such a fucking good book too. So I don't know. I feel like I heard about it a lot.
I heard about it a lot
talking
for a
about
while
it.
there.
Yeah, and I don't know when or why.
I feel like it was when the movie came out, but like even still, it got a lot of hype, and now you don't really hear much about it. So I think that's
yeah.
All right, next question on here, number 6. They did the mash. Name your favorite book that's a mashup of 2 or more genres.
I've talked about that book. If you guys don't know anything about that book by now, this is probably...
We've got a video about it, so
yeah,
you learn nothing in that video, pretty effectively. So you'll still know nothing about it, but you'll be entertained for like 8 minutes.
Hey.
That's what he said. Sorry. Oh, Christ. I killed Amber. You okay? You good? Alright. My answer for this question, because we haven't done that yet, is Futuristic Violence in Fancy Suits by David Wong. I love David Wong. Everybody should read David Wong. This is my favorite book of his. He does a really good job of mashing up comedy with other genres.
7. It was a graveyard smash. What is your favorite horror novel?
Okay, I had a hard time with this one. Kind of like that time that there was a question about what was my favorite sci-fi novel. Didn't go real well. But I narrowed it down to 2, one of which is in the other room right now. But probably if I had to choose one forever and ever, it would be Dracula by Bram Stoker. This is my bind up of 3 classic horrors. But that book is what vampire books should be. It's just very well done. It's very readable, even though it's a classic. It's actually pretty scary. And it's great. And then if I were to choose a more contemporary one, I would go with It by Stephen King, because clowns freak me the fuck out. It's well done, despite the fact that it was written at the height of Stephen King's drug use. So, what you gonna do?
Yeah, writing about scary shit makes sense. Be on drugs. I'm not advocating that.
Don't do that.
I'm saying it makes sense to be on anyway.
Yeah, anyway.
Don't, whatever. My answer, it was difficult. I was torn between 2. I haven't read that much horror, though. So, I was torn between Dracula, which is
so good,
amazing.
You guys. Erica, read Dracula.
It's amazing for all the reasons Sam said. But I ultimately went with John Dies at the End by David Wong.
A great book.
The creepiest part was when the dude ate the spider, and I was like, ugh.
A few of these, actually. All right, question 8. The scene was rockin', all were digging the sounds. What is your favorite song based on a book?
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. I just haven't read the book. I didn't even know it was based on a book, except that my friend in high school was like, oh, hey, this one song by the band that we like is based off of a book, so I'm going to read it. And I was like, oh, okay, whatever. The song is called Saint Veronica. It's by a band called Billy Talent. They're a Canadian band, and I love them a lot. A lot. A lot. And they wrote it based on a book called Veronica Decides to Die. And it's by Paulo Coelho? Yeah, it's Portuguese originally.
See, my answer for this, I don't think that the song is actually based on the book, but every time I hear the song, I associate it with the book in my brain. The song is Trapped in a Box by No Doubt. It's actually based on a poem Gwen Stefani wrote in high school. I always associate it in my brain with the story The Yellow Wallpaper by Charlotte Perkins Gilman.
Tell them Boris sent you. What is your go-to book recommendation?
I don't really have a go-to book recommendation. Like, I don't have a book that I tell everybody to read first. I kind of like, if we're talking about something in conversation, I'll just be like, oh, I think you'd like this book. And it's kind of more specific. But I do have a book that I think every person should read, and I should probably just start recommending it to everybody. And when I do recommend it, I'm very aggressive about it. Really. Like, very aggressive.
Like, she yelled at me today because I still haven't read it.
She still hasn't read it.
See?
You haven't even read the short story. You've no excuses.
I got shit to do, woman.
Like what? Read more shit. It's like this big.
So?
Anyway, the answer to this, Flowers for Algernon by Daniel Keyes. I love this book. It's such a great book. It made me ugly cry. I don't cry at books that often because I'm an insensitive bitch.
Mine won't surprise anybody, ever.
God damn it, Amber.
It's Kindred. I literally tell everybody to read this. I think everybody should read that book, and
All right, so for you, the living, the smash was meant to. Who do you tag?
We're going to tag our new friends over at the Book Brood.
Yep. Names are Heidi and Erin. They're pretty new to BookTube. They started their channel in May, and they're super adorable, and you guys should check them out. And they read some really interesting stuff, and we tag them. Yep. So
we'll leave links down below. Mm-hmm. And if you're not subscribed to us, you should be.
Right.
Because we're delightful.
There's still a bonus question.
I know.
Just making sure, because you're like
doing the thing. Bonus question. What is your favorite thing about Halloween?
I don't know. I like being able to wear all my Halloween earrings for like a month. I would say it would be like dressing up in costume, but I haven't actually worn a Halloween costume in a couple of years. Because I've always had to like work and stuff. But I do like getting into it and doing the whole like elaborate costume thing. I have one planned that I'm gonna do one of these days.
This year?
Maybe. Well, I mean, this year already happened.
Right.
Next year?
Next year?
Maybe.
I'll help.
Hopefully.
Make it happen.
Well, I don't do things, so what's the point of having a costume? I never leave the house, Amber. You know that.
Well, we'll just have a party. It'll be fine. You don't have to leave the house. Although, whatever. Anyway, I think my favorite part is probably the costumes. I like wearing things that I wouldn't normally wear, having an excuse to be weird.
Ooh, black Kool-Aid. I like black Kool-Aid.
But yeah, so that's the Monster Mash book tag.
Yeah, links to the restricted section and the Book Brood and several of our videos that are about books that we mentioned here will be down in the description. Subscribe if you think that we're cool, or if you think that we're your particular breed of uncool, because that's probably closer to the truth.
Yup.
And talk to us about some stuff, like what would your answers be for some of these questions? Maybe give us some recommendations based on the stuff we've talked about.
Yeah, let us know if you've read anything that we talked about too.
Yeah, and
really interested to know.
Have a great day. Bye.